state of mankind. How much do you know? Excerpts from How the Spectre of Communism is Ruling Our World. 8. The devil's scheme to destroy humanity has been in the works for centuries. Its arrangements manifest in the labyrinth of social affairs, from mass movements to governing elites, around the world and across history, working ceaselessly to ensnare and eliminate man. The devil has inverted the criteria for discerning good and evil. It casts righteousness as wicked and vice as compassion. It disguises its sinister concepts with science and masks its gangster logic using social justice. It uses political correctness to impose thought control and spreads value neutrality to render people insensitive to brutal atrocities. Man was created by the divine, and the faithful receive divine protection. Therefore, the first step in mankind's destruction is to sever the connection between man and gods. The devil dispatched its agents in the human world to spread atheism and steadily distort human thought. In the 1850s, the German materialist philosopher Ludwig Feuerbach said that God is merely a projection of man's inner nature. The socialist anthem, the Internationale, claims that there has never been any creator. In fact, human moral standards, culture, social structure, and rational thinking all come from the divine. In the tumultuous currents of history, faith in gods is like a strong anchor line, keeping humanity from being lost to the waves. Reflecting on the bloodshed of the French Revolution, which overturned the monarchy and clergy, British philosopher Edmund Burke said, "When men play God, presently they behave like devils." Atheism lures the arrogant into playing God and attempting to control the fates of others and society. The most fanatical communists are wont to self-deification. Spreading atheism is the first step in all of the devil's schemes to ruin mankind. Mind and matter exist simultaneously. The core tenet of Marxism is dialectical materialism, which denies the existence of the soul. Materialism took root during the Industrial Revolution, when rapid progress in science, technology, and production fueled a cult of empiricism and atheism. People lost faith in divine miracles and rejected the commandments of God. Created by the devil, materialism is not a philosophical concept, but a demonic weapon to overthrow man's spiritual faith. Materialism, the product of atheism, in turn established the basis for a whole host of intellectual pretensions. Taken by itself, Darwin's theory of evolution is a flawed hypothesis that has been long discredited. But the devil has turned its crude arguments into an instrument for severing the link between gods and man. It blasphemously equates humanity with animals, at once undermining man's self-respect and his reverence for God's creation. The 20th century saw the theory of evolution take over the spheres of research and education, and creationism was banned from the classroom. From Darwin's original theory came the pernicious concept of social Darwinism. Natural selection and survival of the fittest reduced the international community to a jungle of barbaric struggle between nations. Armed with empiricism and scientism, the devil has promoted the cult of science to replace human reason with scientific rationality. People are led to believe in only what can be seen and felt tangibly, reinforcing the atheist worldview. The contemporary scientific community dismisses all phenomena it cannot explain or verify by its methods as superstition and pseudoscience, if not ignoring them entirely. Science has become a type of secular religion used to repress faith and morality by dominating education and academic thought. The dialectical theory articulated by German philosopher Georg Hegel is a general set of principles for logical thought. Thinkers in ancient China had worked out these principles during the era prior to the Qin dynasty, 221 BC to 206 BC. Marxism absorbed select aspects of Hegel's work while exaggerating the nature of dialectical conflict. In the words of Chinese Republican leader Chiang Kai-shek, the goal of communism is not to resolve problems, but to expand global contradictions to the greatest extent possible and cause human struggle to continue forever. As seen countless times in practice, the evil specter of communism incites hatred among people, creates and escalates conflicts, and eventually seizes power through violent revolution or subterfuge. Atheism and materialism spawned many philosophical and ideological trends, such as Marxism, Machiavellianism, socialism, nihilism, anarchism, aestheticism, Freudism, modernism, existentialism, postmodernism, and deconstructivism. Their proponents and followers waddled through meaningless and verbose discourse over matters of genuine import. The intellectual class once comprised the wisest and most knowledgeable elites of society, yet in the past century, intellectuals became a tool of the evil spectre to promote its ideologies and misinterpret the world with its deviancy. Like the language of newspeak created by the superstate of Oceania in George Orwell's novel 1984, the devil's agents reshaped language to suit the devil's interests. In the Devil's Dictionary, freedom means an extreme state unrestrained by morality, law, or tradition. Phrases such as all men are children of God, all men are equal before the law, and equal opportunity have been distorted into absolute egalitarianism. The benevolent man loves others and love thy neighbor as thyself have become an unprincipled sham called tolerance. Rational thinking has been made a tool of narrow-minded empirical science. In the pursuit of equality of outcome, justice became social justice. Language is the instrument of thought. By seizing control of the definitions and nuances of language, the devil restricts man's thoughts so that he reaches demonic conclusions.